In this video I'm going to show you 15 Ableton tips and tricks which I wish I had learnt sooner. And tip 13 tends to blow people's minds. So tip 1, to transpose your MIDI notes up or down, select them and then shift up or down, and then that will transpose them an entire octave. Tip 2, if you want to zoom into a specific part of a MIDI track or an audio track, just select and highlight that area and then double click on the timeline above, like so. Tip 3, to change the grid size, Control 1 to go smaller and 2 for bigger. So Control and 1, smaller, 2, bigger. If we go 3, that brings you into triplets, and then 4 toggles the grid on and off. Now that brings us into tip 4. By turning off the grid, you can draw smooth automation. So Control 4 turns off automation, and we go into B, and then that lets you draw smooth automation. Tip number 5, if you want to switch between your MIDI clip or audio clip and the effects chain, then you just hit Shift and Tab. There we go, MIDI clip, effects chain, MIDI clip, effects chain, MIDI clip, effects chain. That brings us on to 6, which if you have a ridiculously long effects chain, I've just put a whole bunch of randoms on here. But rather than scrolling across, you can just right click on there and then a little list comes up. And then you can click and select whichever effect you want to go to. So for example, click on Raw right at the end, click on that, highlights and takes you to it. If you've messed around with the knob and you basically want to revert back to default settings, just click delete and then that will take you back to the default. For tip 8, for a cool drippy kind of delay, have your delay and repitch and set to time, and then just automate your time dial. So tip number 9, we want to have a blank clip. It's still a clip, just nothing in it, no sound, but you still need a clip. What you want to do is get yourself an auto filter, chuck that into MS2 mode, crank the resonance up high. We have no sound. We're gonna play that through it. And now, there it is. R2D2. Tip number 10. So, if you want a snare roll, just have a MIDI track with just one MIDI note, which is going to be your snare. But rather than going MIDI note, MIDI note, MIDI note, MIDI note on every single, quarter, eighth, whatever, 16th, we will grab an arpeggiator, chuck that in. Default is set at 1/8, but yeah, let's chuck this down to quarter. So that sounds like So, number 11, use a search bar. Like, this search bar has been put here for a purpose, to be used, but hardly anybody ever uses it. Keep seeing people like fumbling through their folders going, oh, I don't know where to find this, And it's like, dude, use your search bar. Like, so yeah, if I go thermal, oh, look at that, thermal, bang, sorted. Let's try another one. Soothe. Oh, if I spell it right. Soothe 2. There we go. Phase plant. There we go. There's phase plant. Right. Tip 12. Right. So, for example, I've gone out and I have, done a field recording of a whole bunch of metallic drops. I just chopped up all of those bits of silence that I can see. So I highlight all of them, control copy, delete those, go over to here, go up here and then repost them, and then go back into the arrangement view. Well, fuck me, silly. And there we go, no gappage. I just chopped up all of those bits of silence that I can see. So I highlight all of them, control copy, delete those, go over to here, go up here and then repost them, and then go back into the arrangement view. And there we go, no gappage. Right, tip number 13. So whilst we're on the whole found sound thing, if you go, so Windows is Control Shift. I don't know what it is for Mac, I suppose Command Shift. Anyway, yeah, so Control Shift, and then that, you can slip your the sound. You can slip the sound. That does it to the grid. However, if you press Alt, then that does it freely. Hang on, so I'm moving that around, and then yeah, so there we go. We're moving that freely, so I can let go of that there. Done. Or I can go, but then, minor adjustment, get that in line with the grid, and then I can move that forward, and then that sits right there, or I can have it sitting right there. Depends on what you want. So tip 14. So if you grab your, the end of your clip and press Shift, then as long as it is a warped clip, so up here you got warp, as long as it's a warped clip, you can make it shorter or longer. Tip number 15, this is Control Alt Limbo. So L4, so Control Alt, and then L is for your launch panel. So that's where you have your clips and your audio whatevers. So to get rid of that or bring it back, Control Alt L. Control Alt I is your inputs and outputs. M is your mixer. Control Alt M. That's one of my favorites. Control Alt B is your browser. So let's just make that a little bit bigger. So there we go. Control Alt B, browser. And Control Alt O is for your overview. Now, of course, I haven't really got much here, so let's just, I don't know, let's say this goes down here, and then that goes over there, and then this goes here, and then, just widen this up. There we go. So to get rid of your overview, Control Alt O. So Control Alt Limbo, Limbo. Anyway, those are 15 tips that have sped up my workflow. I hope that helps you with your productions. That saved me a lot of time over the years. It's taken me a few years to learn all of those, but yeah, like I said, it saved me a lot of time. I hope it saved you a lot of time. So if you want more regular content like this, don't forget to subscribe. Let's pop you on. Ooh. Hello, Georgie. Okay, it's gonna make me look like a Wally. Well, fuck me, silly.